So, Dan, awesome. How many of you were on Wednesday night's training with Charlier? Like straight up legit. My text directly to Dan. I'm going to read it to you right now. Coming off of Wednesday night. Let me see right here. I sent this to him Wednesday night, 9:39 p.m. Best meeting you've done in 10 years, and I'm not exaggerating. Best meeting you've done in 10 years, and I'm not exaggerating. Dan completely had his A game that night, but it wasn't just that he was he was motivated or excited. It wasn't just that he hit a great PowerPoint. He was leading the team and leading the hierarchy. And we're embarking on a new initiative. We've done 117 for a long time. We all know what 117 is. There's nothing new about the idea or about the concept, but sometimes a little shift in something that exists over time creates a tremendous difference in results and outcomes and where we wind up. And that's what we're seeing right now. And so I need each of you to pay attention. I need everybody, cameras on. I need everybody in a quiet place. I need everybody taking lots of notes. I need you to wrap your head around this, and I need you to take action. I need you to be flexible and limber. I need you to be willing to make some shifts in the way that you're thinking. I need you to make some shifts in the way that we're behaving. I need you to make some shifts in the way that we're prospecting, some shifts in the way that we're fast starting people, some shifts in our focus of what we're intentionally doing with new recruits. What we're learning today is not a new language. It's not a new way of training our agents on Zoom. Unfortunately, this is the way I have to bring it to you today. This is a call to action. There's two great philosophers, leaders back in the Greek times, thousands of years ago. I forget their names. I probably never knew their names, but I remember reading the story clearly, like when I was in high school, right? And there was one great orator, and whenever he got done speaking in these gigantic coliseums, everybody was fired up. They were like, that was awesome. That was unbelievable. That was the best speech I ever heard. And then they would go back to their cities and their homes and go about their business. And there was a second leader, a second philosopher, a second orator of the time. And whenever he spoke, the Colosseums, as soon as he got done speaking, they said, let's go take action. Let's go do this. One was a great orator, gave great speeches. The other one was great at a call to action, a call to arms, and making things happen. We're calling a shot today as a hierarchy. And quite frankly, I've been doing this 23 years, fairly high level. I was an MVP of the entire company. I'm pretty good at the business. I did not feel well enough equipped to deliver this message to you this morning. And so I got, thankfully, the best person I could think of to deliver this message to you this morning. I think she's even more equipped right now than Dan to tell the story because she's been running the play. She's been doing it consistently and knows how it runs. Here's what I need you to know. I need you to capture as much as you can this morning and start running with what you know. We don't have time for you to get this perfect. We don't have time for 9 weeks of training on this and all kinds of certifications. We need you to take whatever you get from this morning, start running, and we'll figure out the rest as we go. So, Academy Award winner from this past SFC 23 event, right? She was just got her fourth diamond, $400,000 of income, and she blew by that, and that is growing freaking fast. Just got promoted to EMD. She is not promoting these little COVID baby SMDs that just barely doing chin up over the SMD guidelines. Like, oh my God, please promote me before I fall myself. No, she's promoting big ass, strong leaders that are going out and killing the game. She is in the entire WFG universe. She's had my last favorite. He's told me that privately. I think he said it publicly. I don't think it's any secret. For those of you that have children, you love them all equally, but some of them are just freaking easier to like than others. I love Jenna Herrera, and she's also super easy to like. She's my new BFF. She's killing the game. She's been actually running the play. So this is not theory. This is philosophy. This is how she's now running her business. I want her to just go crazy base shop, locker room talk, unleash it. We're recording it. but you guys got to take massive notes. And then as soon as the call's over, we got to take massive immediate action. Jenna, I apologize for not giving you greater forewarning. That's a huge mistake on my part. I'm unbelievably grateful for your kindness to me and to the hierarchy, and for helping me out. I needed your help. I reached out to you with about 400 emojis this morning, like, please help me. And you delivered for me because you're a servant leader. This is your hierarchy. Run the call, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning, guys. I just want to first tell you, I freaking lost my voice at the convention. Did you guys? And it's not coming back. So if you hear me like cracking a little bit, you know why. I'm still like, I'm like, am I getting sick? Am I losing my voice? Do I have COVID? Did I get a sinus infection? Was I around too much? I don't know what the heck's going on, but I'm fired up. I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. The very first thing I want to tell you is I'm going to run through the system with you. It's going to take me, I don't know, probably 15, 20 minutes. And I just first want to grab your attention by saying, this is the system that Fambo's running. This is the system that Raja's running. And this is the system that Cash Reston is running. Those three, this is the system they're running. So I freaking wanted to know, what the heck are they doing? And I learned this from my great mentor, Jamie Villalobos, who I'll just tell you, Jamie rolled this out 6 months ago. She rolled it out kind of like soft. And she said, you know, she basically got all the SMDs on a call and said, hey, who wants to learn this? Well, me, I'm not stupid. I'm coachable to Jamie. And I said, I'll learn it. And I think it was like me and a couple other people, and she taught us, and it worked. I'm going to show you why it worked. And now this wealth pool, she didn't say like, who else wants to learn it? She said, either you freaking learn this. This is what she said to me. I'm not kidding. Jamie Villalobos, sweet little beautiful Jamie, said, either these guys learn this or they get the hell out of my way. And I was like, well, I know it. Like, you just tell me what to do. I know it. I'm coachable to Jamie. And so myself, I'll just tell you the people in Jamie's hierarchy that are running it. Cash Reston, obviously. I don't know if you guys know Binu. She's running it and has just like skyrocketed. Johanna Mockett, hello. Me, and Anthony Gugliero. And that's what I see. That just paying attention to the leaderboards. And so the numbers speak for themselves. I don't want to like this. I don't want to beg you guys to do it. I also acknowledge that anybody who on this call is very technical. Is anybody like very technical? Just like, okay. If you're very technical, you might have a hard time understanding this. And I'm going to try to break it down the best I can. But basically, what Jamie said to me was, I don't know what Dan said yet, Chris, for coming and correct me where I'm wrong. But basically, Jamie said, throw out your BFS books. And I was like, well, I was never using mine anyways, so it's gone. But some of the technical people, right? Some of the technical people were like, well, what do we do? How do we do it? What, you know? And so I acknowledge and I understand that it might be hard to grasp. So I want to be able to answer all your questions. And basically what she does is the 6 steps are gone and they still exist. Just when I'm done talking, you're going to say like, oh, it's all the same thing. It's just prefaced a different way. So she says, get rid of the 6 steps. And basically all we do is show somebody who we are and what we do. That's step 1. I'm not sure, Christopher, if I can get, do you guys have a presentation that you use that I can see and I can relay it? Who we are and what we do.
Yes.
I want to see, I've never seen this before, so I'm just going to try to roll with it, but who we are and what we do. Once we show them who we are and what we do, we say, do you want to learn a little bit more about the business side and the business that we're building? Or do you want to learn a little bit more about education and how you can create financial freedom? So business or both. And 9 times out of 10, they say business. Okay. So what do you know? Step 2 is the recruiting side. You go on to the recruiting side. You should recruit them. Let me just, I had a really hard time understanding this. The whole system, 117, 1 recruit, 1 piece of business in 7 days is based on getting a recruit and making them a client, getting them a recruit and making them a client. I'm going to be honest, I had a little bit of a hard time with that because I was like, well, we don't just recruit to like sell. You know, we're just selling to our recruits. Like, what about all the other people? And I quickly learned that there was room for the other people too, that it just wasn't a part of the 117 system. So who we are and what we do. Do you want to learn more about the business or the education? Business. Then you recruit them. What if they say education? Well, then you just skip the recruiting part. You just skip step 2. That's all. Okay, so that's step 2 is recruiting them. Step 3, what do you guys think step 3 is? Just by process of elimination and common sense to our system. What do you guys think step 3 is?
Licensing.
Close. Actually, yeah.
Making them a client.
Close. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Fast start.
That's our
So getting them in licensing. Yeah, you guys are on the right track. Getting them in licensing, making them a client, and making 3 to 5 calls for them and getting them 3 to 5 appointments. All that can't happen in 1 hour. So this is what the system says. The system says you recruit them and you set a time. I had a hard time with this, but I do everything Jamie says. Every day you meet with them for 1 hour. So if I recruit you today, Barbara, I say, Barbara, I'm so excited. I need you to commit. I need you to commit to me to 6 hours this week. I'm going to be flexible to your schedule. It doesn't matter to me which hours they are, but let's set an hour every single day to meet. Not Sundays, because Sunday's family day. Okay, so 12 o'clock every single day. Awesome, Barbara. You know, I recruited her. I did her AMA. I probably got into licensing. I'll see you tomorrow at noon or whatever time I just said. I get on tomorrow and now I'm fast starter. Now I make her a client. So step 4 is financial education and step 5 is the solution. So 3, 4, 5 kind of get intertwined there at the end. They complete the 117, just so you guys know. So then we make her a client. And then guess what? We're still going to meet the next day at noon. Barbara, I want to meet your spouse. Can I meet your spouse and talk to him, talk to her, get her on board? I want to get all that stuff, get it going. Okay, now we're meeting the spouse. Then we still have the next day. Okay, we already made a couple calls and set you appointments. Let's set you another one. Oh, you have an appointment for tomorrow? Let's just make it at noon. You had that hour blocked off anyways. So what you do in that 6 hours is going to be up to your discretion. But the things that need to get done or get them into licensing, make them a client, meet the spouse, and set 3 to 5 appointments. And if I was giving this specific order, it would be make them a client, set them 3 to 5 appointments. Oh, I don't know. They're all so important. They all need to get done. And I don't want to order them actually. So that's the fast start. And then step 4, you're showing them the education side, which I'm sure you guys have an education side. And then 5, it's the solution. But by the time you're to step 5, you already have 3, 4, 5 appointments with them. So now I'm taking Barbara in the field. I'm doing 1, the who we are, what we do with her best friend. Okay, here's the important thing. The markets, the appointments that they do, the 3 to 5. Remember I said set them 3 to 5 appointments. It has to be with their hot market. Hot, blazing hot. Raja and them built it off of a hot market. What do you know of the system? Not warm, not my teacher in high school, not my coworker from 4 years, the person I was texting with yesterday. Hot. So now when I qualify, you know, I used to say, tell me about this person. Are they married? Do they have kids? Are they a homeowner? Those are the questions I would ask. Now I'm like, when's the last time you text messaged with them? If it wasn't in the last like 4 or 5 days, they're not hot enough. Those are the people I want to meet. Hot. Okay. So then I go with Barbara and I go with her best friend and I meet with her and I do step 1. Okay. Now it should be in the first week. Barbara's a client. Barbara's in licensing. But by the way, I don't even have to tell Barbara to get licensed because she's so fired up. I met her spouse. She made 3 to 5 calls and I've done 3, 4, 5 appointments with her and I got her a 117. She's grounded. Now I'm going to do the same thing with her best friend while Barbara studies licensing. Maybe I start matching her up. I don't know. But me as the leader, I'm getting all the first 117s. I'm getting them grounded, like getting them anchored, and then I'll match them up. You as the leader need to be doing everything as much as you can. As much as you possibly can. Like I haven't slept since Wolf Bowl. I'm so tired. I haven't slept. Like there's appointments all day. 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Yesterday I was at dinner with my family and I'm like, okay, I can get back to the house by 8 p.m. and do an appointment, but it's fun. It's awesome, right? But I'm trying to get everybody a 117 coming out of Wealth Bowl. I have like a big board in my office and the big board has all these squares. And if someone doesn't have a 117, I drew a line and I put a circle in a different color. And I'm like, Jason, why don't you have a 117? And then he filled it in. And then I gave that person a line. I'm like, why doesn't your guy have a 117? And everyone's just like filling out the board and like, it's never ending. And it's so awesome. And they're all clients because we did the system right. So now our points, now we bring a recruit, we make them a client, we bring a recruit. But now here's the thing, Barbara, once you're trained, once you spend 4 to 6 weeks with me and I build you a Lake 4 deep and you're licensed, like, of course you're going to go out and help your mom, your dad, your sister, all the people who don't want to be in the business. You're going to be a field trainer. You're going to be certified, whatever words you guys use. Here's the secret, guys. I'm going to give you the secret sauce. I'm going to give you the secret sauce. Okay. Okay, it's so much. It's so freaking good. I don't know how to say it. God help me with my words. Okay, God help me. 1117 is amazing. If you do 3 117s, you get your associate promotion. Okay. If you're constantly, who here on this call constantly does 3 117s a month, or 3 recruits a month, I should say. You just need to make a little tweak. That's all. Judy, is it none of you guys? Okay, we really need to freaking work this system. No one raised their hand, but I can only see the first page. Okay, so if you do 3 a month, you're a junior trainer. Okay. If you do 6 a month, we got locked out of the office this morning. That's why I'm at my house. We left our key in the office. So dumb. If you do 6 117s, babe, I'm over here. Oh, he brought me coffee and he's walking over here. 6 117s is a senior trainer, and 9 117s is a master trainer. So junior, senior, master. Thank you, babe. Junior, senior, master. Can I get a straw? Junior is 3, senior is 6, master is 9. Okay. I'm not technical. In fact, I'm so bad at math. I have to use a calculator for like basic stuff, but I want to show you guys some math. Okay. If you drive a leg 4 deep, listen, if you drive a leg 4 deep, you will find a junior trainer. If you drive a leg 4 deep, thank you, you will find a junior trainer. So if I were you, well, if I were me, the only thing I'd be focused on is driving legs 4 deep. Which, hello, what did Ed used to say? Ed used to say, if you drive a leg 4 deep, you'll find an SMD. Hello. Oh my God. It's just the same system. A recruit's not a recruit till they have a recruit. It's all the same. It's just different. It's simplifying it. Now, let me show you guys some math. Okay. Let me show you a little math. I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I had to have Schleiman correct my math. I was like, does this seem right? And he's like, yeah. Okay. So I did this math. Okay. I just want to tell you guys this. The first time I heard this, I'm like, what the hell is Cash talking about? Like, okay, so I just get a recruit. I didn't get it. And so now as I'm talking to people, like teams have asked me to explain it to them. I freaking get it, you guys. I'm just telling you guys, I freaking get this. And I told Jamie, I feel real bad for every single person in Revolution who's not latching onto this, because we're going to freaking smoke them. I told Jamie, I freaking get it. With the exception of Cass. And I'm like, and you tell Cash I'm freaking coming for him too. And I never used to say stuff like that because like, it's Cash, right? I got this. And my people are the best and they get it. It's all I talk about. So I'm going to show you guys all this. And then I want you guys to ask me questions to understand it. Okay. So first I want to start with the story. And then I'm going to tell you about junior, senior trainers, 4 legs, 4 deep. You guys get 117 so far, 1 recruit, 1 piece of business. I'm going to let Christopher give you guys the scripts on setting appointments and edifying. It's not something, I mean, unless you want to spend time on it, but it's pretty simple. It's a script. Okay. I met with a guy in my base shop on the Sunday morning at the Starbucks at the Herrera's. And I said, he said, can you meet with me? I said, yes. He's been with me 6 weeks. And that's me saying more than he probably has. Okay. 6 weeks. And he sat down. His name's Chris Vigil. You guys are going to see him. He's going to promote as an SMD in probably 4 to 6 weeks. He's been here 6 weeks. Okay. He sat down and he said, Jenna, can I be SMD by convention? And I'm like, for sure you can. And I'm like, show me your org chart. And this is what he did. Okay. It was him, Chris, his wife, Dee Dee. And then it was his nephew, Corey. And his nephew, Corey, had 2 legs 4 deep like this. Only because, hello, I've been running 117. So 4, 8, 9, 10. He had his daughter Liv, her husband, their son Malachi. Okay. This is important. I usually don't like when people start drawing crap, but 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then he had like 14, 15, 16, maybe a married couple right here. Married couple. And then one other guy. Whatever it was 17 circles. Okay. It was 17 circles just like this. 2 legs were 4 deep. The husband, Malachi and them were 3 deep. They're all in Reno. And I'm like, okay, Chris. I'm like, who, right? Because if I'm running a 117, what's the first thing I want to know? These are all recruited. Are they all clients? Because that's all 117 is making sure they have internal consumption. And I mean, honestly, I'm just going to say it because there's no names to it. What if one of them died? What if one of them died and they didn't have life insurance because I wasn't running a 117 system? And I said, how many of these people are clients? And he's like, just me and Dee Dee. So all these people, Chris, are not clients. And he's like, well, I take complete accountability, but he's like 3-4 away from me. So I'm like, he just shot out of nowhere kind of thing. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, tell me about each one of them. And as he was going through and telling me, he's like, this is my daughter. This is her husband. This is their son. Oh, and now Malachi has Jonah, and Jonah has a 117 and their clients because we got with the system. And he's telling me about all of them. And I'm like, so are any of these, like, you guys know you have those people, they're so fired up. They're like, I'm so excited. And then they just like join the witness protection program. And then you never had a chance to even make them a client. Nothing like that here. They're all freaking there. They were all at convention. I barely recruited this guy a couple weeks ago. I couldn't even get them convention tickets because they were all sold out. They all watched virtually at a big watch party in Reno. We're going to Reno on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. And we're spending a week there and we're going to get them all dialed in. But I said, do they all want to be clients? And he's like, every single one of them. Every single one of them's ready. And I'm like, okay. So I counted 16 because he was already a client times that. What's our average client, you guys? What's our average client? What's your guys' average?
3,000.
We're at 3,700. That's just where we're at. And we used to be at, like, we're just working to get that up. Okay. Points per recruit I'm using because they're, Jamie told me I need to be at minimum 4 and I should be aiming for 45 like cash. Dang it. Right. Okay. So 3,700. If this was on Sunday, now more than half of these guys are clients. Oh my God, that's 59,200 points that are going to be written just on making them clients. Just on making these guys clients.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, just by making them 117s. So now like most of them are clients. It's all I focus on. So are you telling me that Chris Vigil in his first 2 months with WFG, in his first 3 months with WFG is going to make $21,000?
Wow.
Off of 117? And don't forget, a junior trainer is going to come out of this leg and a junior trainer is going to come out of this leg. Don't forget. And it makes sense because it's like Chris and then a guy named Jeremy and then my husband, Joe, and then me. So this leg was 4 deep. And what do you know? Here came freaking an SMD.
Mm-hmm.
This is all 117, by the way. And then I said, okay, this girl, her name was Vanessa. I'm like, Vanessa, I got her. I fast started her correctly because I didn't know who did what with her. It's just a little messy. And then she did 3 appointments, one with her mom, one with her coworker, Mary Lou, and one with her coworker, Eddie. Mary Lou signed her AMA yesterday. And she's already in the process of being a client. It hasn't happened yet, but it's like, they're like working on it type of, it's like in process. So now I'm like, okay, now I need to get Mary Lou someone. Anthony Aguilera drove a guy 22 deep in 1 week on 117. I don't believe him, but Jamie said he did. And Anthony said he did. I'm like, you're lying. Mm-hmm. So now if Chris Vigil goes and gets all these guys 117, now he makes another 20 grand. He's going to be SMD. We're going out there next week. I was like, I'll be to Reno immediately. He's getting all these guys there. And I'm just like, but here's the thing. This is important. I don't even have to talk at these guys and teach these guys 117. I just do it and it's all they duplicate. You guys have been here and it's a shock. It's a system shock. It's a culture shock. You're confused, but please do not talk at your guys. Just go do it. Just go do it. I mean, I've been talking to Chris about 117. He knows, but I'm doing it for him. I'm not just like, go do this, go do that. I'm like, no, I need to get with Vanessa on a call. Corey, get on the call. Chris, make sure you're on the call. Okay, we're going to meet with Kelly. Make sure, like, I'm just like all day, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30, all day, 15, 20 appointments in a day. It's crazy. Everyone in my base shop is rocking. There's 117s less. I'm probably signing 5, 10 AMAs a day. I don't even know what the heck's going on. I'm just like signing it. And I don't even know what the heck's going on, but all I know is they're all being made clients. I don't have to follow it because it's a system. Remember we used to have like our trackers, like, did you make this person a client? Check the box. Like, did they say after the, nope. Just, is everyone good? Are they all clients? I mean, I have my core leaders. So here's the thing. Okay. Junior trainer is 3. senior trainer is 6, and master trainer is 9. All SMDs should be master trainers, by the way. I'm just going to say this. I don't know what's happening with Dan. I wanted to like talk to Dan about this and see, cause like, I freaking really get this. And I know he's rolling it out. So I wanted to be helpful where I could. What we do is, you start at a 25% contract. The way you get 35 is by getting a 117 3 times. That's still the leader's job to get your guy 117 3 times, by the way. No 45. No 45. Straight to 50. And the way you get 50 is you have 3 117s and you drive one of the legs 4 deep. That's how you get marketing director now in Jamie's hierarchy, and Kasia and Raja and Fumbo. But you still have to meet the company guidelines. Okay. But
if you do that, you'll totally meet the company guidelines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, doesn't even need, people are like, so you don't have to meet the company guidelines. I'm like, okay, you didn't get it. You don't even have to talk about it. Of course, you're going to have 4 licenses. You have a freaking junior trainer out of this, someone doing 3. So does everyone get that? I'm going to leave you with one last piece of information. I'm going to do the math. Step 1, who we are and what we do, basically the intro. Step 2, recruit them. Step 3, fast start them. Step 4, give them financial education. Step 5, the solution, close them. Okay, but what if someone here says, oh, I want financial education? Well, then you just skip 2 and 3. It's not that serious. And then you get a referral from them, their beneficiary. And then what do you do with the beneficiary? You start at step 1. It's not that serious. So you recruit someone, you fast start them, you make them a client, you close them, you make 3 calls with them, you get them into licensing, and then you do it with their best friend. Remember Raja used to say things like, I recruit someone in, oh no, Greg Cap used to say this. Greg Cap used to say this. I've been thinking I want Papa Cap on a call because he's the king of tap rooting, and it fell on deaf ears before. He used to say, if I meet someone, I recruit their best friend by dinner time. Remember he used to say that? And I was like, oh, that's optimistic, but hello, like that's what's happening. I have people that are like, can you get on a call right now in 5 minutes? I never used to do that. I used to be like, I need 24-hour notice. Put it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get on. If I can't get on, somebody will get on. So one last thing I want to just say to get your guys' perspective shifted on this before you can ask me all the questions you want. Actually, hold on. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure somebody did my 10 o'clock. Somebody did my 10 o'clock. Okay. I just like, crap, I didn't check. Someone did my 10 o'clock. So I have until 10:30 now. So any questions? Oh, actually 11. Any questions you guys have? I want you guys to freaking get this. Okay. So if you want to make $100,000 a year, who here wants to make $100,000 a year part-time? Okay. I did these numbers with $1 million, but we're just going to go on 100,000. Okay. Dang, I'm going to freaking smoke everybody in Revolution. It's not even fair. Okay. 100,000. If your points per recruit are 3,000. Okay. Tell me if I'm doing the math right. Still learning math. It means you need 34
Yep.
117s.
In an entire year.
No, you don't listen to me. Stop it. Stop, everyone. Okay. If you want to make $100,000, okay, let's say you're at a 35% contract. You need to write 300,000 points. I was like, that seems too easy. You need 300,000 points. Okay. If you write 300,000 points, you make a 35% contract, you're going to make about 100 grand. If you're an SMD, freaking way easier. You only need like 180,000 points or something like that. Let's just go off of this. Okay. So if you need 300,000 points, makes way more sense. So you guys, anyone can do this. I'm so not good at math. Divided by 3,000 points per recruit, you need 100 recruits. If you can get 100 recruits in 1 year, each one of them becomes a client, you'll write 300,000 points and you'll have about $100,000 in income, probably more. That's like super low end. Does that make sense? Is that right, Chris?
Yep. And the reality is probably 2 months in, they're an MD.
Yeah, I just wanted to use
So then the
35%.
points drop from 300 to 200. And the number drops from 100 to probably 60.
Literally. But when I was showing Dana my math on $1 million, she's like, you way overshot. I'm like, I don't care. I need a big goal and I'll just hit it before. I said that my average spread was 30%, which it's not. I make 65. I override, the super base 12, and then my spread is usually about 30. The reason why we're not recognizing senior associate is to keep the spread leaders. We want to keep that spread a little bit longer since we're giving everything to the base shop. All right. So if I need 100 recruits, okay, I need 100 recruits in 2023. That's it. I almost didn't want to show you guys this because it's so little. Divided by 12 months, I need 7, I'm going to call it 8 recruits per month. That means you need 1 master trainer, a senior trainer, and a junior trainer, or 3 junior trainers. 3 junior trainers feels the easiest. Don't you think? So if I were you, I would be focused on building 3 junior trainers. What do you need to do to build 3 junior trainers? How can you ensure you build 3 junior trainers, everybody? Somebody come off of mute and tell me. Not you, Christopher Schleiman. Not you, Christopher Schleiman. What do you guys have to do to build 3 junior trainers?
Speak up. Leader, unmute.
4 deep.
Yeah, you need to build the leg 4 deep. So you, if you want to make 100 grand next year, need to build 3 legs 4 deep. I'll freaking call you. What's today? What's the day of the week? Friday? Next Friday, that could potentially be done. Remember I said a Googlero drove a leg 22 deep? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. A Googlero is going to get 5 junior trainers out of that, statistically. Maybe more, maybe less. That's crazy. So let me tell you the math on $1 million, dreamers, visionaries. If you want to make $1 million, I did the math. I'm going to spare you all the blah, blah, blah. You need 25 junior trainers. You need 25 people doing 3 a month. You need to be doing 75 recruits per month, all becoming clients. And that's how many? 75 times 3,700 points per recruit. That's 277,000 points per month. And your super base times 12 months. That's a $3.3 million super base times an average override. I'm just going to say 30%. Like how much income that is per year. Wow, I'm getting good at math. So in my head, this is just what I was thinking in my head. Okay, if I need 25, I'm going to count 2 from each of my SMDs. That's like super, super low, but I'm just like, I want to carry the bulk as the leader. So I'm like, okay, I need like, call it 20 more. I always like err on the side of caution. I know that equals 19. I'm like, I need 20 more. So I need to build 20 legs 4 deep is what I need. And then I went and I counted, Lisbeth is 4 deep. Kayla's 4 deep. Chris Vigil's 4 deep. Corey's 4 deep. Vanessa's about to be 4 deep. Joe, my husband, is 4 deep. And I started counting all the legs I had 4 deep. 1, 2, whatever it was. And it was like 8. So I was like, I need to build 12 legs 4 deep. That doesn't even count me. I'm a master trainer. So that takes off, that puts me down to only needing 9. And I was like, oh crap, we're going to make $1 million this year. We're literally going to make $1 million this year. That's crazy. And my team got it. They got it. You know why? Because they came back from convention and I didn't train on it. Well, I did this out of Jamie's Wealth, but not necessarily synergy, but still, I mean, damn, freaking launched it. I was like, I need to do this. I'm not going to just teach it. So I'm here teaching you guys. I'm never going to talk about this with you guys again. If you need clarity, I'll give it to you. But like next time, like even my guys, I'm like, if you want a question, I want to know what you're facing. You have a question about the SNA? Where are you facing this issue? If not, go get a recruit and drive them. Like we're going to work through it, not talk about it. And this is what Jamie said. Jamie told me this in private, and now I'm blasting it to every team I train. I don't care. Jamie always says it. Jamie always says it to me. She's like, all of the SMDs, not me, all of the SMDs, the big earning SMDs too, guys, $250,000, $500,000. I'm not going to say their names, but I'm like, they went and they taught it. They went and they taught it. They never did it. And I'm like, they're so stupid. We don't recognize 10. There's no BBC for us anymore. There's no CEO club. I don't know if Dan's going to do that. I'm just telling you how gutted it is for us. On our recognition slides for BPM say who did a 117 and who was a net license. Because if you drive someone 40 to get them licensed, they become a net license. You guys know the statistics on net license, right? If you let them make $1,000 in their first 60 days, they're going to stay with you for a year. I think I said that right. So they become a net license. They're 4D. They already saw like 10 appointments. They watched you do it. They watched you recruit people. They have a team. There's people showing up. Of course, they're going to stay. And they became a client. And now they're making their guys clients because they got their license fast. And they're like Chris Vigil making 20 grand. I mean, Chris Vigil's scenario is a little extreme, everybody. Like that's a little extreme. He went and recruited 16 people in freaking 2 or 3 weeks just with me. Like he's just a recruiter by nature, an action-driven person by nature. That was like a little extreme, but not that extreme if I think about it. And so all we do is recognize on 117 and net licenses. Remember we used to say like, who's studying for a test? How many guests did you have? We're not even running BPMs, but that's like a whole nother thing. I just believe in a meeting system, like a one-on-one meeting system right now. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. What we do is every 2 months or something, we do a big BPM to shock the system. But other than that, we don't run them Tuesdays and Fridays. That's just what we do. That's not what all of Revolution does. And it's working. And Jamie was like, yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where Jamie was like, I don't think it makes a big difference. Do it, don't, like it just as long as you're getting 117s. So that if Jamie told me, no, don't do that, I would be completely coachable to that. So I would listen to Christopher and Dan on that. Okay. Do you guys get it? Mm-hmm. Are you sure? Very important to me that you get it. Okay. Do you guys have questions? Oh, Kim Walker.
Yes, thank you so much, Jenna. I'm excited right now. Will you clarify step 5, close them? Because weren't they closed already on 1 through 4? I don't understand.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So this is where you kind of have to use it interchangeably. So yeah. So remember step 1 is, oh, what did I do? I don't know what I did. Step 1 is who, I'm trying to get to the whiteboard. Does anybody know how? Okay. Step 1 is who we are and what we do. Okay. Step 2 is recruit them. Step 3 is fast start them. Well, step 3 should really, honestly, step 3 should really say make calls. I think that's what it is. Babe. He's Joe's really good at this. He knows all like the nitty gritty because he like studied cash and studied with cash. Step 3 should say make calls. Step 4 is education. And then step 5 is close. So like you're making calls and then you're doing their education and you're closing them. This is all like a part of those hours a day. This is all a part of the fast start. Okay. Where it's important when you say, what do you want to learn more about? The education side? Or do you want to learn more about the business, that Kim's building? And then they say, probably the education side. Then you just skip right over these steps. You go to education and you make them a client.
Okay.
That's there.
Okay.
Makes sense. I know it's a little chomp, like, but that's how it goes.
So 5 is just reiterating 1 through 4.
No, 5 is making them a client.
Oh, 5. Okay, now we're making them a client on 5.
5 is the close, the solution.
4 was like the F&A, 5 was like the close, the solution, the recommend.
Got
but
it.
If you recruit them, you're kind of going into all that. You're making calls, teaching them money, getting them a licensing. It's the complete of the 117 is when they become a client. So for example, remember I told you guys about Mary Lou, who Vanessa recruited? Mary Lou saw who we are and what we do. I recruited her. I made calls with her and now she needs to be a client. She's kind of on step 5 right now. I'm like, she's on step 5. No one's closed her. She's been recruited, but no one's closed her. It all happened yesterday. We got to give them a second to breathe, right? So Mary Lou's on step 5. So if I were to look at that big board I have in my office, I can identify where everyone's at. Like Corey, are you a client? We need to wrap that up. I need to do step 5 with you. Step 4 and step 5. or whatever it is, you know? So it's kind of used interchangeably. It's just the structure of it. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's just once you
Yes.
go and you do it, you'll see like, okay, this is how it flows.
Thank you. Yes, it does.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions?
Hey, Hannah, it's Jorge Cardenas.
Hi.
Hey, thank you for sharing all your nuggets. Appreciate it. Had a quick question for you. Going on step 3 when it comes to making the calls. Are they making the calls themselves, and are
Good
they
question. Good question. Let's talk about that really quick. Give me just 1 second. I'm making sure my 10:30 is good. Give me just a second, everybody. Just a second.
That's a great question, Jorge.
It's a great question.
Thank you, because I also heard that they're watching a pre-recorded video, so
Okay.
I want to know.
What pre-recorded video? Where did you hear that? No pre-recorded videos.
No, so when they're making calls, you're setting one-on-ones for you to be on the call with them?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I used to do pre-recorded videos, but right now you can't. Right now you have to learn this. You can't take, I used to do pre-recorded videos too, and I pull them. And my video was good. You know why it can't be a pre-recorded video? Because you're not transferring any skill. You're not teaching the trainee how to say who we are and what we do, how to talk about the fundamental goodness of our company. How, you know, you're not teaching the trainee that if you're just watching a video.
Okay.
Can you do it? Sometimes, like, I'm just gonna give you guys an example. Say I have a day where I have like 1,000 appointments. And someone's like, can you please do this? Can you please? And I'm like, have them watch the video first so I can get on with them. But even then, I'm trying not to do that right now.
It's almost more stalled then. You're just trying to maintain the momentum because you just don't have time in your schedule.
And I'm just like, right now, I just told my guys no videos. Why? Because they can't, they can't, they're still trying to learn this. So you have to like strip everything and just go back to basics. The phone calls they're making.
While you're on Zoom with them, right? You teach them the
While we're on
little
Zoom.
script. It's a super short, refined help me script. It's the best help me invite script we've ever had, right? And then you teach it to them, you're on Zoom, and then you watch and listen as they make those calls, right?
I'm just sitting there watching them like this. I'm like this. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying.
Oh, somebody got that on video. Can you do that again? I need that on video.
No, I'm serious. Here's the script. So this is what I say to them. This is very important. Listen to what I'm going to say. I should have said this. Okay, say I'm fast starting Barbara. I keep saying Barbara or Carolina. I'm fast starting you. I'm like, okay, Barbara, here's what we're going to do. If you were starting a business and say it was a restaurant, okay, and you wanted to like make it successful, you would first tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your cousins, come to my restaurant, okay? But unfortunately, your mom's dad, sister's, cousins, best friends, they're not going to like make your entire restaurant successful. But you flock to them, you turn to them because you know them and you trust them and you feel good with them, right? Okay. But it's very limited. So it's a known market, but it's a limited market. So what do we have to do to make it unlimited? We have to go to the unknown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to earn the trust of your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, your best friend. I want you to put them all in front of me and I'm going to show them who we are and what we do, just like I showed you. Just the same thing I showed you. No pressure, remember, because they already knew it was so easy and awesome. I'm going to show them who we are and what we do. And then we're going to earn their referrals. So now your mom's coworker is maybe your client. Now maybe you're building an agency with your mom's coworker's brother. And we're not going to buy leads. We're not going to cold call. This is the system we're going to run. So you could do it one of two ways. You could do it the way I'm saying, coached by me. I found a little success. I know how to do it. Or you could do it your way. Go focus on getting licensed and come back and work with me later. I don't know like where my head's going to be at that time. I'm telling you now, I will work with you. And I've had people who I've been real fired up about, but they want to get a license first. And when they come back to me, I don't work with them. I'll match them up in my base shop, of course, but I don't work with them. I only work with the people who listen to what I say. And I'm not convincing them to work with me anymore either. Well, not that I ever did, but I'm just like, how could I if Mary Lou already has a 117 and Jason Rockmore already has a 117 and Chris Vigil has another 117, but I have freaking such and such over here trying to give me pushback on it. I'm like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I don't care. So that's like the power of having a lot going on. And just as a general principle of leadership, your guys should never feel like they're all you got going on. Just remember that. Like no one should ever feel like you need them ever, 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 ever. None of my guys feel like that. Not even my SMDs. I'm like, that's important. So the script goes like this. So Barbara, or whoever I was talking to, who should we call? Who do you want to do an appointment with? Who do you feel comfortable about? Your best friend? Just do one call. You're a little nervous, just do one. And then if you didn't like it after, you don't have to do it again. Your sister? Okay, what's her name? Elizabeth. Okay, this is what you're gonna say. Sister, what's going on? I'm working on a project with a friend of mine. You have to use the word project. Don't ask me why. You have to use the word project. Project. It's called the project script. I'm working on a project with a friend of mine. I'm so excited about it. I want to show you what it is. When can I grab you for 30 minutes for Zoom? What's the only thing they're going to ask you? What is it? What is it? What is it? What are you doing? What project? It's a financial platform. We focus on wealth principles, and I want to earn your support. I need you to listen with an open mind for 20, 30 minutes. When can we do it? Okay, whatever, Thursday at 3. It works. Like, I wasn't there, but Jamie told a story and said she asked her wealth ballroom of 1,000 people, and every single person said, I used it. And then she said, now keep your hand up if anybody ever told you no. And the whole room raised their hand. I'm like, not one person. She's like, not one person. I'm like, not one person. And then I even asked, one of my girls went to her wealth one. I'm like, is it true? And just, I hear him telling the story. No one's saying no. Why? Because it's your warm market. It's your best friend that you were texting. My best friend would never say no. I would literally text her, you better freaking say yeah to what I'm going to call you about right now. If I was getting fast started, I would probably do a group message, everyone answer and say yes to what I say. My trainer's watching me. Literally, that's what I would do. And then they see it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and they're like, okay, feels good. You're getting them a result. But now the mom is like, I love this. And she gets recruited. And now we do it with her coworkers, and it becomes unlimited, unknown market with the trust factor still existing, which you'll never find that system anywhere else. It doesn't exist. Not in any other industry will you find it. I don't even think other financial services companies are running this system. So they're getting halted. So I was like, I don't even need social media anymore. I was like, I think I'm just going to not go on social media for a couple months and get this right. Why do I need it? I already have a bunch of directs I'm working with. Why? I mean, I'll get 2 to 3 directs a month consistently, but other than that, why do I even need it? This is just a waste of time. Do you guys have any other questions on that?
Hey, Hannah, quick question. MD promotion 3117 for deep time frame.
I'm so sorry. One more time.
When you get an MD promotion, you said 3. They got to do 3117s for deep in a certain time frame.
I think it's 90 days because you still have to follow the company guidelines.
Got it.
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't even ask that. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I don't even. I'm assuming it would be 90 days, right? That feels right. But I don't know if Dan's going to roll that out. So the reason I shared that with you guys because I wanted to leave no detail left behind. I didn't want to leave anything behind, and then I want you guys to get it and then just follow whatever Dan says. I'm pretty sure Raja and Fumbo are the ones giving Dan the system, so he's probably going to know it better than me. Well, he is going to know it better than me. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jenna, can you repeat the last part?
One more time. One person go.
Yes, can you repeat the last part when they asked, what is it? You said it's a financial platform.
Christopher has all this. We're financial.
I got the whole thing, and I'll get it out to you guys on a Google Doc. Matter of fact, Evelyn, if you want to put the Google Doc link right now in the chat room, that would be awesome.
One
For
other
the
thing.
script and the invite script, that's appointment setting, the platform script, the project script.
So edification is really important to this too. Very important. So make sure you get with your leaders and understand edification. You need to understand that part. Any other questions on that? Sorry.
I just want to know in step 5, this is for Corey. I want to know when you say you close, right? Is it just putting in the application for whatever the person chooses? Because I know the person has to be qualified, right, to have the life insurance, for example.
Yeah, it's just putting in the application.
Okay, all right.
Most people are going to get qualified. You're going to have some people. Well, I should have said this. Only make them a client if it's fit. If they have cancer, well, obviously they're not going to get life insurance. Then they need to get maybe an IRA, or you need to go to Christopher Schleiman on how you can help them. But only if it's fit.
Okay.
You know, most of the time it's good.
Thank you.
Okay, Kim.
Yes, Jenna, one last question for me. Using this example for a person who has been in the business for a while, like myself. What approach would you take in terms of someone like me who's getting retrained, reacclimated? And people know what I do, and I'm working from a cold market.
Well, I wouldn't work in a cold market. I'd work in a warm market.
Okay.
That's problem number one. But for sure, you still have warm market left. No one runs through their entire warm market. It's impossible. How long have you been in the business?
8 years.
8 years. And you're deciding, okay, I'm going to freaking take this seriously now.
Yes.
Okay. Have you done anything in the last couple of years? Like, where do you stand?
What do you mean where do I stand?
Like, what has the last year looked like for you? Have you recruited anybody?
Well, I just recently recruited someone, but I have literally been out of the business. I started 8 years ago as a supportive partner. Went through pretty much the majority of my warm market. It was great. And then I stepped out of the business, and then now I'm back in the business.
If I were you, this is just what I would do if I were you. I would go back to your warm market, because you haven't been in your warm market in 8 years, it sounds like. And I would just say, hey, I'm working on a new project again. I would use the project script. And then all you need to get is 2 or 3 directs to drive it. Do you have anybody on your team right now?
Yes.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah.
So go, I can't speak. I don't know who's your upline or who's your SMD, but if you need somebody to be doing your appointments, I would ask for leverage. I don't know that situation. I would ask for leverage and say, can you do some appointments with me? Start back as a trainee. For sure. Like, warm market is so, like, there's just so, like, mom, dad, sister, cousin, best friend's husband, apartment manager, coworker, boss. Like, there's so many people, and you might not be able to start with like your sister, because maybe your sister's just like, no, I'm not doing it, but you'll be able to figure it out and use the project script. I'm working on a project. I'm really excited. I need you to see what it is. Oh, but didn't you do this like 8 years ago? Yeah, but it's different now. I need you to see it. Like, you can control it. You can absolutely control it. And then your guys, maybe you can't get them 117, but maybe like Nikki can. I don't know whose team you're on. And you're like, Nikki, I need you to meet with my guy and fast start them. Nikki's going to fast start them and start them fresh. And then get them 117. Now Nikki's driving a leg for you. You went and got a couple of directs. Like, it all just will start to sync. Remember, and you want hot market.
Leaders, any questions? Any of the leaders have questions before you start
Hey,
driving this? We're running the
Christopher.
play as soon as the call ends. Go ahead, Edson.
Hi, Jenna. I had a question on step 2, right, when you're recruiting them. And is it, when you're doing that, when you're having someone says, hey, I want to learn more about the business, is it an actual, like an interview, a follow-up interview? There's a series of questions and things that you go over, or is it just, hey, it's $125 to get started, let's go?
Yeah.
Like, because it makes it sound it's so easy, but it's like, what is that process? What is that interview what are the standards that you set before you sign that AMA? Like, what is that? Just for because you said it is hard for me as a technical guy, but I want to understand that process.
It's so important. Can I get your guys' recruiting presentation up?
Yeah, Evelyn, can you put it up?
I want to see what you guys work with. I can show you what I work with, but it's not the same. So I've never seen this before. I'm just going to tell you what I would do if this was in front of me. I mean, we pretty
Evelyn,
much all
can
say
you put it up?
So what I do, as Evelyn's putting it up, is I go over the cash flow quadrants. Do you guys do that?
Yep.
Yeah, you do? Okay. I go over the cash flow quadrants. I go over our core values, and then I go over 5 reasons somebody wouldn't start a business. And the reasons are the investment. This is what you guys do?
Nope. Go ahead.
I don't want to throw mine up on the screen because I don't want to throw everybody off, or else I would. I just don't want to show you guys something that's not applicable to you, and then your mind starts to wander, and it doesn't need to. It just matters that you guys are all using the same thing. Doesn't even really matter what it is. It just matters that you guys.
We're going to tweak ours with Dan. We've already talked about that.
What does Dan look like?
The one page? Are you using the one page, Jamie's one page, or no?
Yes. Is that what you use? Is that
No.
what Dan's using?
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay, I don't want to put it
It's
up.
one page. I don't think because it doesn't have, the one I saw yesterday doesn't have 5 reasons people don't start a business.
I just don't want to throw everyone off by opening it, but I will if you say so then.
If you want to throw it up, I'm okay with it.
Okay, I just don't get confused by this, okay, guys?
Do it.
I'm not afraid of people getting confused.
Okay. It's just a lot. I'm shocking you guys, and I'm telling you guys to throw everything out you've ever learned, and I'm throwing in something else. It's just not. But if you guys can compartmentalize, which
It's okay. I'm gonna fire half of them that the shock is too much for it anyway. So
okay, cool. Okay, so I say, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is how we do it. This is the need. Now, do you want to learn more about the education side and how we help families? Or do you want to learn more about the business side and what James is doing? The business side, or both, the business side. Okay, let's talk business. So have you ever heard of the cash flow quadrants? I'm going pretty fast here. I'm just going to give you guys a general idea. Have you ever heard of the cash flow quadrants? A book written by Robert Kiyosaki, really good. Yeah, okay. Employee trades their time for dollar. People get tired of that because they're capped. They become self-employed. The lady who cuts my hair, she's self-employed. She could charge me $1,000, but if she doesn't show up, she doesn't make money. And if she wants to make money, she has no time. So people get tired of that and they become business owners. Business owners have a system. They have a machine. It runs with or without them. They could take off for 2, 3, 4 months and they still make money. That's a business owner. An investor just lives on their investments. Here at Revolution Financial Management, I'm not going to pay you hourly. I'm not even going to make you self-employed. I'm going to show you how to be a business owner through a system. Okay. And the system is, because remember, I already showed him who we are and what we do.
right.
So the system is, how do I draw on this screen? I don't know how to draw. It's a proven system. Think about like McDonald's. Every McDonald's in every city runs the same, like same number 1. I don't know what it is. Same, like it's the same thing. McDonald's is gross, right? But it all runs the same. Same thing here. If you walked into any Revolution office across the country, we'd all do the same thing. Here's the system. You get a license. It's a life and health license, to be specific. You have to get it. You become an agent and you start to like write contracts and read 401ks and write life insurance. And then you can run an agency, train people to do the same and take an override in them. If you're like really like me and you're thinking big and you want to be a broker and build brokers, you could take royalties in them. But that's like for a later time. Now, here are the ways we get paid: production, trails, renewals, bonuses, agency. Any questions? No? Okay, cool. Here, what's this? What's that? How do you get the license? Okay. I talked a lot about money. I want to go over our core values and why they're so important to me. Personal growth, conventions, workshops, family. We're in business with our family. My kids are here. Strength of character, background check to every single person that comes in. Teamwork is us working together, doing things for each other when there's no benefit, making sure we're all, just helping each other out. And recognition is getting recognized all the time. Because a lot of times, like, I don't know about you, but when I had a job, they only recognized me when I was late or when I did something wrong. Never all the hard work I did 90% of the time. I hated that. I hate that too. And you're starting to like disturb them. Now, if I told you, I don't know why it's jumbled like this. It's just how it is. If I told you that the only way you can have time and financial freedom is by being a business owner, why isn't everybody business owners? If we went back like 50, 60 years, everyone was a business owner. Now everyone's an employee. Why? These 5 things. The investment, it's too much. It's too much. People don't have millions of dollars to buy McDonald's. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to law school. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to open a real estate brokerage. They don't have it. They don't have the time to go to law school, the time to quit their job and leave and learn McDonald's. The knowledge, like even if you want to open a McDonald's, you have to go to like a McDonald's university. I had to go to law school for 6 years. And then you come out and nobody needs it. So it's like very high risk. But here, pay very close attention to this person sitting in front of me. The investment is you have to get your license. I'm not going to pay for it. If I paid for it, you'd work for me as an employee. You have to get a license. You have to go through a background check for $100, $120. You have to take a class for $30. You have to take a test for about probably $80 to $100, depending on the state you're in. And then you have to get licensed with the state for another probably $100 to $200. What state are you in? Oh, California. Okay. It's $188 in California. Texas, it's $50. The cool part about this is once you're licensed in one state, you can apply to your licenses in all states without the test. Time, it's part-time. It's in the evenings. It's flexible. Remind me what you do for work. What time do you get out? Okay. This is what I need from you. I need you for 1 hour a day for the next week if we're going to get this going, if you're going to be serious about it. Can you do that? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Knowledge, full-fledged apprenticeship program. I train every Tuesday, every Friday, but really, you know, friend, the way I'm training James right now, because remember, James is on the call because he's the trainee. The way I'm training James right now is the way I'm going to train you. You're just going to watch me. And what I did, wasn't it so simple? I just like was pointing and saying things. Oh yeah, it's so simple. And then the need. And then I take it off of the screen share and I'm like, the need. Everybody needs this. Baby boomers need it. Millennials need it. People aren't understanding money. People want to save their money. People are getting forced into retirement. They're losing their life insurance. People are passing away unexpectedly. People are in student loan debt. Like everybody needs this. So it's very low risk. Any questions on that? And then they'll be like, okay, how do I do the background check? Honestly, that's what they say. I'm not playing. They'll be like, how do I do the background check? Or they'll say like, I mean, I'm not perfect. Once in a while, I'm like, I get a person who's like, I have to think about it. Honestly, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Every time someone tells me this is what I say, I'm not saying you should do it, but I do enough appointments in a day. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm a little bummed. And I'm like, I'll just tell you how I am. Anytime I get someone who has to think about it, it tells me they're not like as certain. And I prefer to work with people who are just like certain, who are ready to go. So why don't we do this? You think about it and I'll come back around to you when I launch my next expansion and we can kind of go from there. And then they change their tone. They're like, well, or they say, okay. And I just tell my trainee, put that in your back pocket for a couple months. And we just took it away from them. And let's go meet with the other 5 guys. So I like to do that. I do not, oh, well, what do you have to think about? Did I not explain something good enough? No, I freaking explained it just fine. You just are not sure. You know, sometimes they say that like, well, what do you have to think about? If you have to think about something, then I didn't do my job. I've heard guys in WFG say that. No, I freaking did my job. I explained it perfectly fine. If you don't get it, you don't get it. And there's like 10 other 117s for me to do. So I got to go. As a matter of fact, I got to go right now. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys, and then that's how I recruit them. And then once in a while, I'll get someone who's like, I'm just not clear on what you do. And I'm like, let's do this. Let me take you to the next side, the education side. I'll skip them over to step 4 and I'll make them a client. And I'll be like, now do you kind of see? The technical people maybe need to see it first. And I'll meet them where they're at if they're genuinely trying to understand type of thing. Any other questions? I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
Leaders, any questions right now? We're running the play the minute this call ends. Be as prepared as you can be, and however prepared that is, it's going to be prepared enough, I promise.
Hey, Jenna, it's Nikki Cannon. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, quick question. So Jamie rolled this out and every SMD in our hierarchy is running the same play. That's correct?
In Synergy or in Revolution?
In Revolution.
They should be now if they're not, it's not working.
You said they should, I'm sorry, you broke up.
They should be now, but if they're not, she's not working with them.
Okay. Because I think the beauty of what you just showed us is that if all the leadership, SMDs and above, are on the same page, that's where the real explosion and duplication occurs. You just can't have an explosion in recruiting and not be able to match up with other leaders, either in your base shop, your hierarchy, or the hierarchy, because you'll bottleneck. You'll bottleneck. So you've got to have the same duplicatable process and presentation so that everybody trusts that everybody's going to do it the same way.
I mean,
I think that's why she rolled it out.
Well, I'll just tell you this. That's certainly helpful. That's like so helpful when everybody's on the same page. But the last 6 months, not all the leaders were on the same page, and it exploded for me. So I think that you guys, and I don't know if Dan's rolling this out or I don't know, but I think it's very important that all you guys are on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll just tell you, I'm just going to say it. And this is because Dana has said it from the stage before. Dana was not on board with this. Dana and Frank have said it from the stage. They gave Jamie pushback.
Mm-hmm.
So my leaders, I don't want to say they weren't in line but Dana would tell me, I don't agree with all of it. And I'm like, Dana, I'm freaking going for it. Like, and it worked. I still exploded, So
Mhm.
could it happen if everyone around you is not on the same page? Absolutely, yeah. But is it more beautiful when everybody is? Absolutely, yeah. But like for you guys all to be honest, I think this is all you need. So let's just say, like, well, you have to always follow Dan, of course. Let's just say like, I don't know, another big leader in Synergy is like, I'm not doing this. Like, you guys still freaking do it. And then 6 months later, I'm telling you, now she rolled it out and she said, you're freaking doing this or I'm not working with you. And there's still SMDs who are like, okay, well, I'll just go figure it out on my own. And they probably will. I don't know. But like, they're probably not gonna make $1 million this year like we are. So I would really recommend that you guys are all on board with this. And I would really recommend, like, if someone comes on and gives me pushback, I don't work with them.
Mhm.
I just won't work with them. So like, I don't want to speak for you, Nikki, or you, Shlayman, but like, if you guys don't get on board with it, don't expect a call from them. Like, I can't imagine them being like, please, please, like, this works. Just go look at the leaders boards, look at Cash, look at Fambo, look at Raja. Just look at it. Just look. You can't fight it. And so I don't know how Dan's going to roll it out. Like, I don't know exactly what he's going to do. Follow whatever that is, because I'm sure he's getting it directly from Fambo. I'm certain. Is that right? I just feel like he would. I don't know why.
Yeah, he is.
I'm certain they are. And Cash got it from Raja.
Yeah.
And then Jamie got it from Cash. Isn't that crazy? Jamie got it from
Yep.
Cash.
Yep.
And like, I don't even know who I got it from. I'm just freaking doing it. Well, it's not even like you take this from this person. No, they all do it the same.
Yep.
So it's really important. I'm talking right now to you guys, not Dan. Like, it's important that you guys are all on the same page with this. If you want matchups, like even my SMDs, I'm like, if you want matchups from me, you got to run the same system as me. If you don't, you don't. For a long time, I couldn't give matchups to Dana and Frank. I just couldn't. They weren't doing the same system. But now they're on board. It took them 6 months.
They are.
And Dana even says, oh, I'm so stupid, girl. She tells me like that. Oh, I don't know why I waited so long. She regrets it. So learn, and everything I'm saying, she said in public. So I would never, ever, ever, ever like say that if she didn't say it in public. She said this from the revolution stage. I'm on board. We're all in. And I'm like, dang, I feel bad for anybody who's not, like, really bad.
Gotcha.
So I would say you guys all get on the same page. But if for some reason you see people not doing it, like, don't let that discourage you. Just run without them. Can we get your flip chart? No, I can't. I was so afraid of that was happening. I don't care. I just don't want to complicate. I mean, I got the flip chart from Raja, so I didn't create it. I just think that you guys should get on the same page as what Dan's doing. Don't use my flip chart, use Dan's flip chart. Remember, it doesn't matter what you use. It just matters that everyone's saying the same thing. It doesn't really matter.
The flip chart that we got for now until you hear different.
That's why I didn't want to open it.
Real easy. Don't, like, I already know guys are like, oh, well, I'll start this as soon as. No. You start today with what we have, and we'll make adjustments. I said at the very beginning, be flexible. Things are going to change. We're going to figure this out as we go, but you got to start. You can't figure out anything as you go if you don't start. You can't be flexible if you're standing still. Move with what we got right now, with everything you've gotten from today, and we'll figure it out together as we go.
And you also can't ask for the flip chart unless you have an appointment set. So focus on that first. Focus on that first.
For real.
You don't know who your hot five is if you haven't called them and set up appointments yet. If you haven't re-fast started every agent on your team and got their hot five, and you're 117 to each one of your agents right now. That's what you should be doing the next 5 days.
The next 5 minutes. Seriously, I'm not playing. You guys got to move fast. You got to do it fast. You'll wake up and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have a late 4 deep. I have 2 directs. I have 10 people with matchups. I did, like, you'll feel so good. You won't even care what flip chart you're using. Doesn't even matter. Literally, it doesn't matter. So that's like, remember I started this call with saying like the technical people might have a hard time. It's not, it's logical. I tried to make it logical by showing you guys the numbers, but like, it's kind of hard to like, just jump in, and you have to. Any other questions? I want you guys to like have complete clarity on this.
Any leaders, any other questions?
Hey, Hannah, I have a bunch of questions. Nobody wants to ask, I'll ask.
Sorry guys, I'm looking down, but I'm just trying to make sure my appointments are good, because I like just through my whole morning left, which I don't mind. I just don't want to.
We got a hard 11. Me and a few of the leaders have a hard 11 with Dan.
Okay.
So this is perfect. I appreciate you, Glenn. You're amazing. Jorge, go ahead.
Your junior, senior, master's trainers, is that something they are requalifying for every month, if you want to call it that? Because once you're a master trainer, if you're not doing nothing next month, you're not a master trainer forever.
Right.
Not like a title.
Nope. Every single month you're requalifying.
Okay, awesome. And then since you said as a leader, you should be running the majority of the 117s in your hierarchy. Does that mean that you're getting the majority of the splits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically.
Got it.
But it doesn't have to be for long.
Right.
Run until they're 4 deep, or run until you get them through, and then you can match them up and get started on the new that you just got for them.
What I'm doing is I'm trying. Well, here's the thing. Remember, we're setting 5 hours for a week straight. So I'll just give you an example. I had a guy, he got recruited on Monday morning. His name is Santiago. And Amanda is his trainer. Amanda's direct to me, and then direct to Amanda is Araceli, and then direct to Araceli is Santiago. Okay. She meets with him. She recruits him. She sets him for every single day at 3 p.m. That's the time he gets off work in Tennessee or wherever he's at, 3 p.m. So she does the first one. She makes him a client and sets 3 appointments the first day. This is in real time happened this week because we're still trying to figure out like how it's going. Day 2, she met the wife. She met the spouse. She made sure everyone's on the same page. And then she had an appointment set for 7 p.m. that day, which I think Joe, my husband, did. And because like we can't do it all, right? Oh, I know, because he was Spanish speaking. That's why my husband Joe did it. I think. I don't know. There's so much going on. Wednesday, Amanda was like, hey, I want you to meet them. Can you do their 3 p.m.? So I didn't do all the other work. I was like, crap, I have a 3 p.m. And then I'm like, okay, well, I already met with the 3 p.m. So let me match it up to whoever I matched up, and I'll take this one so they can see my face and I can challenge them accordingly. So I just hopped in on the 3 p.m. I had a 3:30. So I'm like, we only got 30 minutes. What questions can I answer? Oh, how do I do the licensing? And I'm like, okay, I answered all their questions. I don't like answering questions like that. And I freaking sat there and I did it anyways. And then I'm like, can I give you just one challenge? Can we set one more appointment before we hit? Absolutely. He got on the phone, set an appointment. We were done in 20 minutes. And then I went to my 3:30. Then I don't know what he met with Amanda with yesterday. And I really don't know what happened today. I just kind of jumped in there because as the leader, you need them to see everybody. But he's like a lot deep for me. I'm just trying to pop in. I even like text all the SMDs. I'm like, tell me when you want me to pop in. I'll just pop in on Zoom for 5 minutes and get out. And then leaders were like, can you get in right now? I popped in, I popped out, I popped it. Like, I just want everyone, I just want to have my hand on the pulse as much as I can. Because if you want something done yourself, you must do it. At least for the time being. Until all the leaders get it. I get it. But Cash has been training me on this for a year. And I barely can say I got it right before convention, I got it. Actually, you know when I really got it?
You didn't wait till now to start doing it. You've been figuring
Oh, no,
out.
I was doing stuff. It's all a mess. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, my points to recruit went from 1,800 to 3,700 and I didn't even know what I was doing. But now they're going to skyrocket. And then I didn't really get it until I started with showing you Chris Vigil's chart. That's when I got it. That's when it clicked to me that morning in Starbucks. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. I'm like, we're going to be cranking SMDs left and right with this system. Pretty
Jenna,
much like.
Or a sort of a secondary answer to your question. HH, the founder of our company, used to talk about tip of the spear leadership. So you're sort of out in front leading this. You're driving that 117 and fast starting this person over the course of the next 5 days. But part of that, setting the 3 to 5 appointments in the next few days, is you're recruiting their next best friend. You're recruiting in their hot market. As soon as you get that recruit, you're more likely now to hand off this person that you've just spent 5 days with to finish the field training, to get them the rest of the way. And you're taking their new best friend and taking them the next 5 days. That's you're getting that next, and then you're taking their best friend and recruiting, and then you got them the next 5 days. So you keep driving that new leg deeper, and then.
Well, and here's the thing too. I'm doing that for 2 reasons. One, I want the new prospect to meet me. Like, I'm the leader. I do it best. Nobody does better than me. But 2, I want my guys, the ones that have been here years, to see what, like, the urgency and the quickness of what I'm doing. And then they just naturally pick up on it. So I'm really doing it for Mark and Shelby. I'm really doing it for, Chris Vigil or Alyssa or Amanda. Like I want her to see, because they get it. They'll move at the speed of instruction because they're coachable to me, because I'm coachable to Jamie. But like they might be doing it like, okay, I have a little bit of hesitation. They're not saying it to me. They wouldn't dare, but I know they're thinking it in their head. So when I go on an appointment, I'm answering all their questions. I get it. I get it. I get it. Just like what Jamie did for me. So that's really why I'm doing it. And I want the new person to meet me, but probably that person's going to quit in a week. This is for the leaders. This is for the leaders. They need to see me do it. Remember, I started this call by saying, don't teach on it, do it. That's what I'm doing. Like our trainings, we have a training right now. We do our trainings on Friday. I'm not training on this system. I'm going to role play the flip chart with them. I'm going to role play a faster with them. I'm going to make them tell me the edification script. I'm not going to do like, this is what we need. No, we're going to actually do it. I'm probably going to make somebody make a call live on our training. Who wants to make a call right now? Like we're doing it. How quickly should a new person? Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the questions on their own. We have like 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes, it seems like. How quickly should the new person be able to run this on their own? That's a good question. It just depends on the person, I think. It's really hard for me to answer that. I'd say when you have them 4 deep, they're pretty much ready. Okay, I have a new guy, a new girl actually. Her name is Deanna. God, there's like 3 or 4 of them I can think. And I'm just like, you're kind of new to be running the flip chart on your own, but whatever. Just they're doing what I do. They need me on the close. I need to make sure they're doing the right thing for the client with the right death benefit and all that good stuff. But like, they're just running with it. I have a guy, his name's Jason Rockamore. He's like, can you do an appointment? And I'm like, I'm booked. I'm so sorry. Like, he's like, I'll do it. And I was like, and I'm like, tell me about the guy. And he's like, oh, it's my coworker. I'm like, okay, you know what? Freaking go for it. He went for it. He recruited him. I don't even know the guy's name. He needs to go up on my board when I get there today. This was all yesterday when I was at Wood Ranch with my family. He recruits him. Matthias is his name or something like that. And he tells me, I recruited him. I did his AMA. I got him in licensing. Now what? I'm like, now I meet with him. Put him on my schedule for tomorrow. And we're meeting him tonight at 7:30. Now I'll make the calls. I'm the leader. He got that done, which is so amazing. That's the easy part. Now he needs to see me make the calls. And maybe after Jason sees me a couple more times, this is a guy, Jason, who's been with me a little bit, but got 3 recruits this week and has never had a recruit before that. And we're going to drive it. I'm going to drive one of his legs 4 deep. He'll be a junior trainer and then he can go off on his own. I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. It just needs to go fast.
This is Warner. Sorry. I just wanted to,
Okay,
Jenna spoke to us about this at WealthBoat and I implemented it right away. Everybody is on my schedule. Everybody in my team is on my schedule at least 30 minutes a day. I've had over 30 appointments this week, 2 recruits direct. I have 3 AMAs scheduled today and everybody's fired up. They don't know. And all I do is, here's the script. It's the script that you gave us on Saturday of like, hey, I'm starting a new project. And it's a 3-way text and I control the point of contact from there. It's literally easy. And people ask, what presentation? Fambo doesn't even use a presentation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just, hey, it's selling the dream. It's things, and I just wanted to give you credit for number 1, firing us up about it, but you're right. It's an action item. So I just wanted to just say that. It was no question, but thank you, Jenna.
I told you guys, remember I came to the room and I said, you guys are going to have an advantage over all of Synergy because I'm talking to you guys about this a week before the rest of Synergy is going to get spoken to about it. The one thing I would say, Warner, this is just like a slight piece of feedback for you. I'm so proud of you. You're so awesome. You're running. I probably, wouldn't do 3-way text messages. That's just me. Let me tell you why. Because you can do it and you can control the point of contact, but your new guy might not be able to. So a call makes it really easy and really simple and really fast. That's a piece of advice I'll let you talk to Dan and Schleiman about. But Jamie says calling until we get 3. And then maybe you can follow up. And if you were going to follow up with the text, it would be a voice memo. And that's me. So they can hear your voice, they can hear your passion, they can hear your enthusiasm. That's what I would do. But it's working for you. But maybe it's not going to work for others. Calls always work.
Hi, Jenna.
Thank you.
Thanks for just clarity. I mean, it's really just the mindset, right? And of course, it all starts with the leader. So my question is, when you're running the system and you're wanting to definitely make sure you get the couple, right? So how do you do that? Like, are you shifting to making sure that the interview is still done with the couple, or are you just going ahead with one spouse and then letting the other spouse kind of figure out that they joined afterwards.
Good
The reason
question.
I make sure that the couple like both know that they're both going to come into business. So obviously that sometimes takes a little bit more of time because you got to coordinate schedules. You got to make sure you connect with both of them. So what do you guys do on that end?
I think that's going to be case by case. If both of the couples, if they were, or both of them were really excited and really wanted to be a part of it, they'd both be on the meeting. So I'll just hire them. If they say something like, I want my spouse to be on board with me. I'll say, okay, when can we meet your spouse? Tonight at 5 when he gets home from work? Perfect. And I'll do it all over again. So I just kind of navigate. A lot of times it's getting one started and then saying, I want to meet your spouse. Sometimes they want the spouse in. I'll say, bring them in. I had a girl yesterday, her best, Deanna, the girl I was telling you about, her best friend is like, I'm in, but her husband's really skeptical. And I'm like, she's like, oh, she's in New York City. She's like fashion, something or another. She can't, I'm like, just get the husband on. Just get the husband on. I got the husband on. I did it. He was really technical. And I guess he has like a page of questions for me, but they said they're in. So I'm like, okay, you just have to roll with what you have. Just fast, quick, whoever you can get on the quickest. Now, if they're telling you, I want us both on, like that's non-negotiable, you respect it. Okay, cool. When can we both get on?
Got it. And then of course that would be the same for their personal finances, right?
The personal finance, honestly, guys, like we have these strict rules, like you don't talk to money with the husband unless the wife is there, vice versa. Sometimes they just don't care. I just ask him, hey, do you want to do this? Or do you want to wait for your husband? Do you make the decisions? Does he need to be there? Oh, I could do it without him. He doesn't care. I do everything anyways. Cool. No, he needs to be here. All right. I'm just really open and I just ask what can make this best. Fast. Don't worry about the little stuff. Just do what
it's all about urgency and results. Urgency and results. She doesn't like try and overcomplicate things to slow it down. Simple, fast, and let's get you to the next step.
Yeah. I saw someone put in the chat, what if somebody doesn't want to be a recruit? Then you just skip 2 and 3 and you go to financial education, you make them a client and you get referrals from them. So no, they're not a 117. That's okay. You still need clients. We still serve families. It's not for everybody to be a recruit or else like we wouldn't get paid the way we do. Don't worry about that. Skip the step. Keep going.
117 is the same person. I don't recruit Jenna and sell Nikki and count that as my 117.
Nope. One recruit, one client must be the same person. Dan took it easy on you guys by letting you do it all freaking messed up for the contest. That was very gracious of him. One recruit, one piece of business, same person. That's the only way it counts for contests or to write it on the board, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Any questions, Nikki? I know Nikki is one of the main leaders here. I mean, I know Nikki and she'll even get it. So I would just be like,
I'm good.
you know,
Let's
like,
go.
yeah. I've been talking for too long. I gotta go. You guys got calls to make and I gotta get on 11 o'clock. Okay. Love you guys.
you.
Bye.
You're amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Jenna.
Guys, do exactly what Warner did. Next step. Here's the key. Next step. Are you guys ready? Next step. Your hot 5 right now, as you're listening to me, not when you get off the call, as you're listening to me, who's your hot 5? Who did you text already this morning, last night, yesterday? Who have you talked to or text or been with or met in the last 2 to 3 days? Some of you are looking at me and you're not writing. You can't look at me and be writing at the same time. I know what you're doing. Look down and write. Look down and type. You're not acting, you're thinking, you're listening to a presentation. You think this is Netflix. Look down. Who are your hot 5? Hot 5 people that you've spoken to, been with, met, texted in the last 2 to 3 days. And you know, like a guy just texted me that is coming over to do some touch-up paint and take down the Christmas lights. Okay, I just texted him. He's not my hot 5 though. Okay, so you know, like it's in the last 2 to 3 days and they're in your hot 5 supermarket. Incredible. That's step number 1. You have to do that personally. You're not going to lead other people to do it if you don't do it personally. Period. End of story. That's number 1. Number 2, you need to, just like Warner did, he did this coming out of our base shop meeting with Jenna. You need to set an appointment with each one of your agents, old and new, part-time, full-time. I don't care how long they've been here. You heard Kim Walker talking earlier. If I'm Kim Walker's field trainer or leader, I'm setting an appointment with her and I'm going over her hot 5 and I'm fast starting everyone in my agency, everyone in my base shop. And if I got too big of one, then I'm using the matchup system and getting help, but I'm fast starting. What does that mean? I'm sitting down with you for the next 5 days for 30 minutes What does that mean? The first time we're sitting down, we're going over dreams and goals. You've got to, for you to create leverage with people, you've got to really connect them with their dreams and show them that it can happen here. And then you've got to use that project script and set up 5 appointments. Then the next day, okay, they're already a client, great. Review their F&A. See if you left any business on the table. Does their spouse need a policy? Do their kids need a policy? Is there a rollover I missed? And take them through the 5-day fast start process. All right. Me and a couple of leaders have an 11 a.m. with Charlie right now. Figure it out as you go. This is not, you don't need more trainings. You need more doing. You don't need more trainings. You need more action. You don't need more trainings. You need your hot 5. You need to make the calls. You need to work with your field trainer. You need to re-fast start your base shot. We're going to see right now where the rubber hits the road. We're going to separate the wheat from the chaff right now. We're going to see who's immediately taking action right now and who's going to think about it and ask questions and re-listen to the training and what present. It's the presentation we have in place right now until further notice. Go take action now. See you at the top.